morning, Nashville. It's 10 a.m. here in the mid-state, so I hope your day is going great. I hope that ride into work was smooth, and I hope you're ready to have some fun over the next hour because we have a jam-packed show today. Joining us soon will be our Titan insider, Terry McCormick, to talk tomorrow's game in Green Bay and more. We also have a Taste of Nashville segment in our second block, and we close out the show the only way we know how, celebrity birthdays in this day in entertainment and more. Currently looking at Broadway right there, downtown Nashville, of course, highlighted by Bridgestone Arena as people get their day going. Justin, let's just jump right into it. Terry is waiting in the wing. So, Terry, good morning, man. Thanks so much for hopping on with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing very good. Doing very good. Obviously, having you on here to talk Titans. Big game tomorrow night. Titans 6-3, 2 games up on the Colts in the division. Terry, I'm just going to jump straight into it. You know, Aaron Rodgers is – I know he gets a lot of flack for maybe not being who he was, and they don't maybe have the receiving corps that they did. But, you know, going into Lambeau late season, it's still a tough task. So I got to ask, Terry, what's the formula to leave Green Bay with the W tomorrow night?
I think it's the same as it always is for the Titans, is try to run the football effectively with Derrick Henry and then adjust from there. And then defensively, you got to limit the big plays, which is something that they've done a good job of late after that was a kind of a problem earlier in the season. So I think even though, you know, they could be missing some pieces with guys still battling injuries and whatnot, I think that's always the formula for the Titans and what they want to try to do.
Defensively, they were great last week. Really, to be honest with you, outside of Buffalo, they've been really good all season long. Last week, they were missing 6 starters, including Jeffrey Simmons, Bud Dupree, but they still got back there in the offensive backfield for Denver. I guess how much was the performances by the backups a surprise, like DeMarcus Walker, Rashad Weaver, Naquan Jones? Was that a surprise by the coaching staff, or what was kind of their message after that game on Sunday?
Well, one thing they always seem to preach is that, you know, next man up, that when your opportunity comes, take advantage of it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that type of performance is going to happen every week because the reality of it was the Broncos offensive line was beset by injuries the same way as the Titans defensive line. But credit to the Titans players that were out there because they found a way to get the job done. They took advantage of that situation, and they were the far superior unit going up against the depleted Broncos offensive line.
I know you're going up to practice here soon, but and so you may not have an answer for me. You may find out later. But do we have any update on the guys that missed? You know, particularly Bud Dupree, Jeffrey Simmons.
They'll make an injury report available later on today. My guess is that the key people that you got to keep an eye on in terms of whether or not they can make this trip and play tomorrow night. One is going to be Randy Bullock, your kicker, because they did sign Josh Lambeau to the practice squad yesterday, kind of as insurance. Bullock didn't practice yesterday. They're flying up there today. So my guess would be that we may see Lambeau and Lambeau. And then the other thing, obviously, Jeffrey Simmons is a guy to keep an eye on. He said yesterday that he hopes to play, that he's feeling better by taking last Sunday off on that injured ankle. And then, as you mentioned, Bud Dupree, didn't see him on the practice field yesterday. My guess is he's a long shot if he's able to go at all. And then the other one is Ben Jones, your center. In the concussion protocol and on a short week, that's generally not a good thing when you're in the concussion protocol with only 4 days in between games.
A lot of places to go right there. The one that caught my ear, though, Terry, I love the Lambeau and Lambeau line. That works out. That works out great. Opportunity for him to maybe be a hero. But I mean, you highlighted this in your story. You know, if Lambeau does have to kick, they should feel good about that because he and Craig Ackerman go back to their days with the Chargers in San Diego.
Yeah, that is true. That's one of the things that Craig Ackerman said yesterday, that Lambeau was the first available guy that they kind of had in mind simply because he has a track record with him. He knows him. He realizes that, Josh Lambeau is a guy that he can rely on. So anytime you're going in, because, that's a very tricky thing, that cohesion between a long snapper, a holder, and a kicker. It takes all 3 elements of it working correctly and, getting and to make it work and make it work correctly. So if any one of those elements is changed out, whether it's a different holder, a different snapper, or a different kicker, there is a little bit of an adjustment and some practice time that's going to be required to make sure that it goes off without a hitch.
Terry, I want to be very careful with my words here. Caleb Farley, of course, going out with that injury. Is it time to call a spade here, Terry?
Well, I think so far it's been very disappointing in what the Titans have seen in Caleb Farley. He's not lived up to expectations. I think, coming off the knee injury from his rookie season, he's been a big disappointment because I don't think he quite runs as fast as he did when they drafted him. And now you have another back issue, something that he had dealt with in college. You just wonder if the guy is going to be able to get it together and give them anything at all, because he certainly has struggled with injuries, and makes you start to wonder if he has the type of physical physique that can stand up to the rigors of the punishment and the pounding that you take in the NFL, even at the cornerback position. It's not like a linebacker or a lineman, but still there is a certain amount of pounding. And you're starting to wonder if Caleb Farley, with the back and the knee and all the issues that he's had, in addition to struggling in coverage, is going to be able to hold up physically and do what needs to be done whenever he comes back.
I want to flip to the other side of the ball, Terry. Westbrook Akine. Is it Akine? Did they say that right on the broadcast?
Akine, some people say Akina. But
either way, he was great last Sunday and against a good Denver secondary. Was it just having Ryan Tannehill back was the formula to that success, or was there something that Westbrook found in that defensive secondary?
Well, I think there were two or three factors in that. I think one, like you said, Ryan Tannehill was back, so that allowed them to have the full complement of the playbook at their disposal there, rather than being limited during the 2 weeks that Malik Willis was filling in. The other thing is the Broncos were obviously selling out to stop Derrick Henry. They held him to 53 yards rushing. So they were daring the Titans pass game to beat them. That meant one-on-one matchups down the field for the Titans, and Westbrook Akina was the guy that was able to take advantage of that most. And then the other factor that I think played a role in this is the fact that Treylon Burks was back. So Treylon Burks, who is more their speed guy on the edge, on the outside with the receivers, that's a guy who can, move down the field rather quickly, gain some separation. I think, if the best corner may be matched up on Treylon Burks all the time, it's going to free up the other guys maybe to be able to win their matchups because they're going against the second or the third guy.
Terry, I want to ask about Malik Willis because I haven't had an opportunity to talk to you about him, since his 2 starts. Obviously, I don't think anybody wanted to see Malik Willis this year. You want to see Ryan Tannehill play the full season, see where he can take us. But now that we've gotten a couple doses of him, I guess what's the feeling like inside of that, inside that team around Malik Willis? Do they feel like, hey, maybe they found something or someone who could possibly be the franchise quarterback after Ryan Tannehill departs, whenever that may be?
Well, I think they still don't know. I mean, you saw Malik Willis out there and, just basically being kind of game manager and handing the ball off most of the time to Derrick Henry. Made a couple of nice throws, one to Austin Hooper that set up a touchdown. And then he also hit a couple of guys with passes that should have been caught. But you could see by how imbalanced the game plan was that they didn't want to put him in harm's way any more than they had to. The truth of the matter is Malik Willis is as green as that plant that's over your shoulder right there.
Yeah.
He's got a long way to go to be a polished NFL quarterback. It's a big jump from Liberty to the National Football League. And I think that, now that said, the experience that Malik Willis got can't hurt him, because at least now he knows what to expect the next time that the opportunity comes his way. I think that Malik Willis could be the quarterback of the future, but I don't think the future is anytime soon with how far he has to go.
Yeah, I hope you're right, Terry. I mean, as much as I bagged on Ryan Tannehill, I mean, he clearly gives the Titans the best chance to win. But I'm like you, now that this guy has game film to watch, real live game film that isn't preseason tape, I guess I'm like a lot of Titans fans, just hopeful that having that in year 1, which is basically a year 0, if you will, to learn from. Hopefully he can improve on that. But Terry, I want to jump into the couple scheduling notes before we let you go. They obviously play the Packers tomorrow night, but they've got the Bengals at Philly, at home against Jacksonville, and then at the Chargers. That is a tough 5-game stretch coming up. How do the Titans manage this stretch, this important stretch?
Well, I think, obviously with the Bengals and the Chargers there, those are very important games. Of course, Jacksonville being a division game, they want to take care of business with that. The Eagles finally look mortal on Monday night against Washington. So there won't be the pressure of them being undefeated. The most interesting element of that game, obviously, will be A.J. Brown versus the Titans. It's going to be interesting to see because the Titans are in a great position to go ahead and wrap up the division early if they can take care of business over the next 4 or 5 games, because not only do they have the 2-game lead over the Colts, plus there's also the tie that factors in there with Indy right now. And then they also have the season sweep of the Colts. So that's essentially a 3-game lead, and the tie makes it a half game. So essentially a 3.5 game lead with 8 games left. Surely to goodness they can hang on to that, because I don't think anybody else, be it Jacksonville or Houston, is ready to challenge.
Should Mike Vrabel be considered Coach of the Year at this point in the season?
Well, he was last year, and I think it's, certainly could be in the running again this year, given that they're back in a similar position to what they were a year ago, and they're doing it without A.J. Brown. Of course, last year they did it without Derrick Henry for half the year. My guess is that he won't win it again simply because he won it last year.
Sure.
My guess is it would probably go to somebody else that's been a bigger surprise. Maybe what Pete Carroll's doing in Seattle after moving on from Russell Wilson and doing it with Geno Smith might make him a candidate for it. There's certainly some others who are in the running. Obviously, the Miami Dolphins are having a better than expected year. Same thing for the New York Jets. So there are, lots of guys who are, have strong cases to be NFL Coach of the Year this year, and Vrabel is just one of them.
Absolutely. And I think I'm like you. I think Pete Carroll stands out. And I think anytime the National Football League can honor the New York media marketplace, whether it be with the Giants or the Jets, they probably take a hard look at that. But that's neither here nor there. Terry, appreciate you so much stopping by this morning, dropping heat for us on Mornings on Main Street. Best of luck. Safe travels to Titans Presser, and we'll catch up soon.
All right. Thanks.
You bet. That was Titan insider Terry McCormick. Like I said, dropping heat, dropping knowledge this morning on Mornings on Main Street. We're going to jump into a quick break, but when we do, we've got Taste of Nashville coming up. The guest is slipping my mind at the moment. I can't believe I'm forgetting that. Who is it?
Shonda Pierce.
Shonda Pierce. Yes. Thank you. So when we come back, Taste of Nashville with Shonda Pierce. Don't go anywhere. This is Mornings on Main Street on Main Street Media Television.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links. Hey, this is George Plaster, and I'm excited to announce that the second annual Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night is going to happen Monday, November the 28th at the Hermitage Strike and Spare. The 3 charities that will benefit are Last Minute Toy Store, Martha O'Brien Center, and Stars. And our intention is to get them that money so it can do the most amount of good at Christmas time. Now, here's where I need your help. I need you to sign up to play in the most fun charity event you've ever been involved in. Imagine 64 foursomes with 64 sports personalities in the area. As a single player, it's $200. If you get a foursome, it's $800. And what I want you to do is reach out to me via email, plastergeorge@gmail.com, and we'll get you signed up and get you ready and raring to go. Again, that's plastergeorge@gmail.com for a night you will never forget.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
At Sumner Funeral and Cremation, our mission is to serve families as our own, celebrate the life of their loved one, and help begin the healing process.
My whole family, including my wife and my mom and siblings, were very happy with the treatment that we received. I would highly recommend Sumner Funeral and Cremation.
We offer funeral, burial, cremations, and pre-planning services.
Sumner Funeral and Cremation. Traditional, affordable, dignified. SumnerFuneral.com.
I'm Bart Durham.
I was sworn in as a lawyer in 1963, and I've been working as a lawyer since then.
We're a firm that does exclusively personal injury, a lot of tractor-trailer crashes. Insurance companies will open up their checkbooks when you force them to.
We have systems that work.
We get the most money for our clients in the shortest amount of time.
I'm Blair Durham. My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Welcome into segment 2, as we say in the business. We are going to meet the Queen of Clean. How about that?
I love this. This lady, I got to know, there's no secrets anymore out there. You can find anything on the World Wide Web. But no, I've heard her name and I knew she's been around for a long time, and she's about as funny and as clean as you can get, which is hard to find.
And the cool thing, what I love about her is that she brings in people and makes them all laugh, but she always has a bottom line, and that is from the heart. And it's a ministry for her, and it's not just comedy, and being able to laugh through it all. And her documentary about her life has been right out there and has brought a lot of people to what the truth is. And you know, you laugh a lot, and she tells a lot of truth and gets her story out there and helps a lot of people in the process. Please welcome, coming down, the Buddy Allen Teal Carpet of Love, Shonda Pierce. Woo!
Oh, final 360 flip there, girl.
Beautiful carpet, nice. Beautiful food, beautiful people walking by. Y'all missed it a minute ago. A man walked by behind you with no shirt on. I lusted just a little.
Just a
in
little?
Your heart.
Yeah.
Just in your heart.
No, just right out loud.
Right out
yeah.
Loud. Good. Well, that's how real she is. She just puts it out. Your life lessons continue. You're 20 seconds into the interview, and we have life lessons.
That's exactly. There you go. Don't lust with food in your mouth. No. This is, it won't make you look thin. It is a privilege, Devin. You know I love you, and I've been a fan for many, 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 many years. And I love what you said. I've been doing comedy 31 years. Yeah. First few years, you know, you do it, make your mama laugh. But for the most part, yeah, I started at Opryland when I was a young college kid needing to pay my college bill. And I fell in love with Minnie Pearl. And even the woman, Sarah Cannon.
But you really didn't know much about her when you took the part.
No, not at all. Yeah. I didn't know much about anything in country music. I grew up in a denomination where you'd go to hell just listening to the music. So I hid a radio under my bed most of my childhood. So, would sneak it out.
I hid under my bed, but that's another story for another time.
Well, my brother probably hid something else too. But all that to say, I fell in love with the sound of laughter. Yeah. Now, you know, the Bible says laughter doeth good like a medicine. Yeah. And I believe it really was. It was a time in my life when I had very little direction, didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I had gone through some really heavy tragedy as a young woman and a sister, lost both my sisters and my parents. And I just remember those days of healing through the process of just trying to make a living. It was the laughter that did good for me, much less the people that were listening to the jokes. And Miss Sarah, I can't say enough wonderful things about her. She was a great, godly woman, but she taught me I can enjoy this craft. I could pursue this, and still stay true to my faith, stay true to who I want to be, you know, when I grew up, how much I love God, you know, and all of those things. And it's paid off. I did okay.
Sarah is in your life. She was in my life, and I'll make this very short, but I auditioned many years ago for one of those syndicated entertainment shows where to do some crosstalk to see if there was chemistry. And the last story was it was the obituary of Sarah Cannon, and I did not know much about her.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really bone up on all that. And so my first assignment in Nashville as a local TV sportscaster was to go to a news conference at a golf club that had a huge mural of Minnie Pearl, as if to say, look, hot shot, I'm going to haunt you for the rest of your life as you move to Nashville. And so I look at Sarah, I'm so sorry, I didn't know about you. But anyway, no, she went, and she went to Vanderbilt. She was incredibly bright. Now I know everything.
And she went to Belmont when it was just a girls' school. Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, I had the privilege of meeting her. I wish I had been a little smarter, knowing, okay, you're sitting here with an icon. Pay attention to the questions you ask her. I was stupid and a young mom and just trying to, you know, get the next day's rent. And so I felt so privileged to the times I've been around her. But the greatest privilege, one, I have been on the Opry probably 50 times in these, you know, 28 years of my career. And I love it. And I really love it. I don't know that they'll ever make a comedian, you know, an Opry member again.
Let's just say that right now. Shauna Pierce needs to be a member of the Grand Ole Opry. She needs to be a member
right now.
Funny needs to be back on the stage of the Opry. If there's anybody in the world needs to be a member, it's you. You should go right into, when you walk into the Opry, the backstage.
And there she is.
There she is. And there she is.
And I would tell you something. I'll choke up. I am so eternally grateful. I am just a giant fan of Minnie Pearl, but I am a giant fan of comedy.
Yes.
And the gift that it can be. And even the dirty comics, as Mama says, they're walking in all the light they know. It takes bravery. One of my favorite quotes is Lucille Ball, who says, I am not funny, but what I am is brave. And comedy takes great bravery. But my favorite Minnie Pearl story is not only just getting to do the Opry and meeting her and hanging out with her when I was younger. She asked me to come and entertain her ladies group at her church.
If that's not the biggest honor and validation of that you are legit and genuine.
Just that to me. And of course, you know, I grew up a preacher's kid, so I know there's a lot of comics I love. Oh, yeah.
No, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to feed the baby.
But thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I did. And I was nervous, but I felt so honored. I sent her my first little cassette tape that was like 25 minutes long. On the other side, it said, repeated for your convenience. But that's all the material I had, you know. Now, I think my last show was 3 hours long. So there I've learned to talk. But
that's the unabridged.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But I sent her that little cassette tape and she sent me a sweet note back and said, you've got great timing and you made me laugh. And then invited me to speak with her ladies. There was probably about 300 or 400 women there and at that Brentwood United Methodist. And I'll never forget going in there just green and but so privileged. And every time I am anywhere around the Opry, I'm like you, it is just a privilege. And I am honored to have that start. Comedy right now, I told David, well, I don't know what God is doing. I need to retire. But after the lockdown and all of that, I think we see how important joy is in our lives. And even my comic friends said, don't keep it clean. That's their vernacular. That's what they do. And my hat's off to them. It is to get out there and make people laugh and let that energy do some healing.
And part of what you do with that, you bring in some stories of your life.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think about comedians. I've met more comedians in my life because comedy is my jam. I love it. I listen all the time and I love it. But so many comics hurt and they have depression and they suffer with it. And in the church, especially, we keep it quiet. We
Right.
don't talk about it.
Right.
But you brought it out and you said, okay, we're going to dust this thing out and we're going to talk about it. We're going to laugh and then we're going to be real.
You know, I wrote a book called Laughing in the Dark, and I've written a lot of books, but it still is this big seller for me, and I'm blessed by that. But it's also a reminder of how many years can go by and that's still a topic of people's concern. I think, and this is just my armchair, I was diagnosed clinically depressed about 15 years ago. So I'm professionally depressed. I'm not right now.
Got it down. You have a degree in it. Yes.
I'm highly medicated right now, but
We don't drug test.
normally,
so
yeah,
this works
exactly.
out perfect for us.
But all that to say, it's become so near and dear to my heart. And especially after this whole COVID mess, it has left people so depleted, and your body gets used to feeling down. And then you just cave into it and you don't know how to climb out of it. So then it takes help, and it takes professionals to help you climb out of that. But I think for comics, we're probably drawn to the art because we're hiding away. I can remember when my own comedy was such a deflector of pain. And when healing came into my life and medicine came into my life and hope came into my life, I did not use comedy to deflect anything. I used it to just really spread joy, and it changed me. I think the second thing that I think we run into with comedians, you get addicted to that adrenaline. You want to feel that goodness that you feel standing behind a microphone and everybody in the room laughs at you and everybody likes you. And you want to go home and feel that again. And they begin to try to mimic that feeling, either with alcohol or drugs or work addiction or whatever that is. They try to mimic that feeling. And I tell young comics all the time, just always remember, this is a gift. It is great to get to do, but it is your job. It's just your job. So go home and know I did a good job today, but this isn't my life. What happens off of that microphone, that's your life.
There's such a compelling part of your documentary that struck me as you were walking off the stage and you gave of yourself, and it was a drug to you, or is to be out there and perform. As you're walking off, all of a sudden your face changes and you break down. And I went, wow. That's somebody who's hurting, or maybe it was a way to expose yourself and kind of be kind of therapeutic to you to go out there. But wow, that was emotional to me.
When we started this documentary, I had gotten an award as the most awarded female comic in history by the
That's an award.
Yeah, by the RIAA. I've just sold a lot of platinum records, a lot of gold records. Well, at the ceremony, I was shocked because I said, there's Whoopi Goldberg and Joan Rivers. And the guy goes, I know, we did the math twice because we've never heard of you.
And you said, hey, I'm right here.
That keeps you humble. So we were in the middle of making that documentary to kind of prove that point, that here's a touring comic who sells thousands of tickets every night. We want you to get to know her. In the midst of making that, my husband died. And all of a sudden, we had a totally different video, a different project. And we just decided to keep the cameras rolling. I decided, well, this is real as it gets and as raw as it gets. We had to go back a few months later, redo the ending because David was not there. I will say, good to the med company. My depression kind of leveled. I was okay. I didn't jump off a building. But it was so raw and so real. Some days I go, I need people to know I'm alive.
Yeah. This is not a tribute in memorandum.
I'm alive. I'm doing good. And I laugh. I say there's been 3 documentaries about my life and I'm still living. I don't know what they're going to do when I'm dead, but I am privileged for the gift of comedy. It has just been good to me. Very, very good to me. I have a great farm called the Funny Farm, and I host missionaries who can't afford a vacation. They come and stay at my little cabins, and I have just loved what comedy gave to me, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm just very grateful for it.
You are, speaking of tickets, there is a Nashville show that is coming up.
I'm going to catch his fly for you. Watch.
I know.
Yeah. If he lands on that egg, I'm going to have to kill him because I'm going to eat that sandwich in a minute. Yeah. I'm excited. October the 16th. It's always scary to be in concert at home because
Nashville's a scary place. A lot of people
tough crowd.
Half of the audience is my material. So That's what's really hard.
She's not talking about me.
Yeah,
she
yes,
kind of
she
is.
Yeah, you're her neighbor. So that's kind of scary. But this Fisher Center over at Belmont, this is I'm the first comic to do a show there.
Oh, wow.
It's an amazing, I feel like Cinderella. I should wear a ball gown to do a show there. I feel like it is absolutely stunning, this building and the acoustics and all of it. They need to have those, country music awards there or something next.
It's
amazing.
absolutely stunning place. And the first comic, you're gonna break it in with laughter.
Oh boy. I pray someone wets their pants on those fancy seats. If somebody would just pee in their pants on those fancy seats, Chaz Corzine will never speak to me again.
You'll be one and done.
Well, we want everybody to get tickets. Shonda.org is the place to go to get all things Shonda, and do yourself a favor. Deep dive like you did and watch everything, and you will laugh, and most importantly, you'll feel something.
Oh, praise the Lord for that. Yeah. Thank you, baby doll.
Love you.
I love your show.
We're just glad to have you here. It's because we bring food.
I'm going to look for the naked men now, so bye.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're gonna have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
When I made the decision to host the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night, Strike and Spare is where I turned. And what a wise decision that turned out to be. They have 5 locations in our area with family attractions. They're perfect for birthdays, groups and corporate outings, and holiday parties. For more info, it's simple. Go to strikeandspare.com.
Christmas for Kids is back at the Ryman this November 21st. Christmas for Kids provides children with shopping sprees, coats, and unforgettable experiences every year. This annual fundraising concert helps bring that experience to more kids. This year is hosted by Phil Vassar and includes Chris Young. The frontmen, which is Richie McDonald, formerly of Lone Star, Larry Stewart of Restless Heart, Tim Rushlow, formerly of Little Texas, Essex County, and a whole lot more. Christmas for Kids, November 21st. To purchase tickets, go right now to Ryman.com.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Hit After Hit has become the baseball store in Tennessee. They have over 1,000 different models of gloves and over 1,500 wood bats. They also have several Iron Mike pitching machines as well as a Hit Tracks machine. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. We're proud to call Hit After Hit the official shirt provider of the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night.
Welcome back. Mornings on Main Street, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, just after 10:35 here on this Wednesday, November 16th, on this beautiful Wednesday, November 16th. Justin, I think I see the sun out there as we look at this traffic report. Justin, before we get started, who is our traffic report sponsored by?
So our traffic report is sponsored by 50 Forward. 50 Forward is a Nashville nonprofit serving older adults. It's a proud partner with the All of Us research program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting their website and joinallofus.org/50 Forward, spelling out 50 as you type that in. And I'm at my classic spot here, Zach. The Fessler's Lane. It looks okay. Looks okay right there at I-40 eastbound at Fessler's. Traffic moving smooth. 50 Forward, thanking them so much for sponsoring our traffic segment here on Mornings on Main Street. As you pull up, where are you going here? I-40 eastbound. Let's see. That was back at Fessler's. It doesn't look like there's much delays anywhere. Yeah. It doesn't. It looks like you're doing a good job out there in Nashville. So kudos to you as you look at the I-65 southbound at Rosa Parks, mile marker 68. Traffic moving smooth. So good job out there, Nashville drivers. Very nice. And speaking of the weather, Justin, let's look at our weather for today. I believe it's about 45 right now, but I looked at the feels like temperature and it said 39. So it's 39 degrees out there. It is 39. Yep. So, I mean, I'm not, we talked about this before. Just tell us the feels like temperature, and it feels like 39. So that's what it is today. I was looking at the week broadcast or the week weathercast and about mid 40s all week, but next Tuesday, Wednesday, looking like maybe high 50s. Low 60s with some sun. If you're able to get outside, I suggest you circle those dates on your calendar. Okay, Justin. Yes. We got about 20 minutes left. I want to get into some national holidays because I love talking about national holidays. I honestly think it's a fun topic. Like every night or every day when I leave here and I start planning the next day, you wonder who you can bring on, what you can do, what you can talk about. And I like national holiday talk. I like celebrity birthdays. I don't know why. Sue me. So we're going to talk a little national holiday. I'll save the best one for the last, and I'll work my way up from the bottom. Not saying this one isn't as important, but the last one that I'll mention will have some rankings in there. So that's why I'll take up a little bit longer. Gotcha. But the first one today, National Check Your Windshield Wipers Day. Oh, that's clutch. You need to check your windshield wipers today, Justin. I do. I recently, actually, I have. So I had to get new ones not too long ago, and it's insane. You live with the bad wipers for so long that when you get new ones and they just completely get rid of the water. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty insane. It is. I mean, we've got the winter season coming up. So, snow, ice, dirty rain coming down. So need to check those. There's nothing worse though than when like you have like a light breeze, or not light breeze, but a light rain and you have bad windshield wipers. And you turn it off like the smallest like setting, right? And you get that noise in there, that broken, this is just awful. Exactly. No, I agree. They're kind of hard to put in though. They are. They're a little difficult to put in. You know what I do if I'm thinking about it, I'll do them when I do my oil so that I don't forget loop it all in. Because I can go like 7,000 miles in my truck before needing an oil change. Right. So typically change it when I do my oil. Nice. All right, Justin. Moving on down the list, National Education of Support Professionals Day. Okay.
So we're going to support our professionals in the education field today, Justin.
Perfect. I thought it was you have to educate somebody on the professionals.
Yes. Maybe you have to educate somebody how to be professional.
There you go.
So do not listen to this show.
Right, exactly.
Do not listen to us. Another holiday, National Indiana Day. Appreciation for the state of Indiana. I wondered what was going on there. Apparently, not every day because there's not 365 states, but a large part of the year is spent honoring a state during a random day. Okay. So I think whenever that date was founded, that state was founded in whatever year, maybe that's the date they honor them on. Okay. So say Indiana was founded on November 16th of 1452 or whatever it was.
Makes sense.
That's why they honor them on this date. Another one, Justin, National Button Day. So as you see here, I've risen all the way to the top button.
Nice, but top button swags.
Top button swag here, National Top Button.
I'm buttonless.
You are buttonless. You went with the quarter zip. I am matching Hendon Hooker, who also likes to rise to the top button.
Love that.
Hendon Hooker, Tennessee's quarterback. All right, Justin, our national holiday that we can talk about, National Fast Food Day.
Boom, love it.
We were talking off air about fast food, and could we name our top 3 to 5 fast food joints? I'd like to do kind of the same format that we did yesterday, where you can have the floor,
okay,
or I can have the floor first. It doesn't matter, and then the other person will go. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
I went first yesterday, so you got it this time.
Okay. I did only 3, but I could probably think of 2.
Oh, it's my life. Fast food is my life.
In no particular order, because it just depends on what you're craving that day. Mm-hmm. But I think all 3 of these are A1, if you will. You know?
Okay.
Okay. So I've got Taco Bell, and I know it's a guilty pleasure for a lot of people, and I know a lot of people will say you don't need to eat it. But there's just something about that Crunchwrap Supreme, extra hard-shell taco. Maybe if you want to get fancy, you throw a steak quesadilla in there with little rice and beans.
Man, they just recently started substituting in the cheesy gordita crunch. You can put the nachos, Doritos shell in there. Changed my life. I mean, I'm a different person now.
I had Taco Bell yesterday. I was going to go, I forget where I said I was going to go when I was leaving here yesterday, but I got there and I was like, you know what? Taco Bell sounds better.
Yes.
And so
is that your number 1 or 3?
Well, yeah, I guess because I have to rank them. No, that's number 3.
Okay.
Taco Bell's number 3. And then number 2, I'm going to go Bojangles.
Ooh.
Bojangles. As my preferred chicken joint. When Slim Chickens first opened up in Hendersonville, it was A1. But then I don't know what happened, but something has gone downhill. I'm not as big of a fan of Slim Chickens now. I feel like the quality of the chicken has gone down.
Yeah. Ooh.
They're putting a Raising Cane's in Hendersonville, so I'm excited to try that. Everyone talks about Raising Cane's and how good they are. I've also heard it's the sauce that does it, so I'm excited just to.
Man, Bojangles has that sauce too, though.
They do. They have great sauce, but I like Bojangles. I like the spicy chicken biscuit, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't anxious to try the hack that you've seen on like social media, which is like you get their bread, you cut their bread in half, like open, like hot dog style. You stick a piece of chicken in it like it's a hot dog, and then you cover it in the Raising Cane sauce.
Raising Cane sauce just sounds good.
It sounds good. So we'll see. We'll see what that's talking about here soon. And then my number 1, because a cheeseburger is always a step above the rest.
Yes,
I'm going Culver's.
I've never had that.
You've never had a Culver's cheeseburger?
I have not, man. I need to.
They're in Hendersonville where I live. I don't know where else they are in Middle Tennessee. I think there's one in Mount Juliet, but I'm not. Like North Mount Juliet.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I think that actually may be a Slim Chickens.
Okay. I need to try it though. What do you get there?
From Culver's?
Yeah.
I get the double deluxe.
Double deluxe.
Because I'm a big boy and I'm a growing boy and I need my food, Justin.
Right.
I get the double deluxe with everything on it. So it comes with like lettuce, cheese, ketchup, tomatoes, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
You can go French fries. I've also heard of people going cheese curds.
Okay, I've had a cheese curd. They're good.
Yeah. And their shakes, like their ice cream is really good.
Nice.
They have like frozen malts. They have scoops. They have cones. They have cups. So They have really good ice custard as well. So it's a pretty good spot. You got to check it out, man.
Got to.
I know you're in Lebanon, and that's like a hour drive from you.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's worth an hour drive.
I sometimes find myself in Hendersonville or that area. So if I ever am, I'll make sure to remember that.
It's in the Indian Lake area. And you'll probably catch it busy because they're good, but I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Gotcha.
It's worth it. So those are my three. I'm going Taco Bell 3, Bojangles 2, Culver's numero uno, A1 day 1.
Nice.
Justin, who are yours?
Love it. Yeah, good lineup there. I'm going to go number 3, Cookout.
Ooh, yeah.
Just because, it's not necessarily the best made food, but the variety, the amount you get for the price, unbeatable.
And their shakes are so good.
Yeah, they have a million of them. I actually just recently found out that they have that many, which is funny because it's on the menu. But
yeah, they do. They do have a ton of shakes, and they're all good.
Yeah, fantastic. Number 2, I'm going to go strictly because of their spicy chicken sandwich. Popeyes.
There you go.
They're expensive a little bit on the higher price side, but blackened ranch with a chicken sandwich, you just can't beat it. And then number 1, I got to go with the GOAT, man. Mickey D's.
You number 1's McDonald's?
Number 1, McDonald's. I can't deny it. If you looked at my bank account, you'd see the amount compared to the other fast food restaurants. It's just bar none. And I think there's a misconception, or there's some sort of like connotation behind McDonald's. People are like, oh, I don't want to be seen liking McDonald's, right? Like it feels embarrassing to love it, but for me, I'm wearing it. I'm a Mickey D's guy. Their fries are ridiculous, man. The fries are
You love the golden arches. I mean,
I do.
I mean, the man likes what he likes.
What can I say?
The man likes what he likes. But I have to say, McDonald's threw me for a loop, Justin. I'm not gonna lie. It threw me for a loop.
Number 1, baby.
I was not expecting McDonald's. I truly was not expecting McDonald's to be in number 1.
Right. I could lie and say something else, but I just can't.
You just can't. Hey, listen, a man of integrity. I can respect it.
There
honestly.
you go.
I really can. Justin, we got to get to a break, man. But when we come back, we're going to close out with celebrity birthdays. This date in entertainment, so don't go anywhere. Mornings on Main Street on Main Street Media Television.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com.
Welcome back. A short break here on Mornings on Main Street. You're looking live, Broadway, downtown Nashville, as cars get their day started. Appreciate everyone being safe out there as we get ready to close up this Hump Day edition of Mornings on Main Street. Speaking of Hump Day, do you remember that commercial with the camel?
Oh yeah,
he's like Hump Day.
Yes, Mike.
Yeah, what day is it, Mike? Don't say it.
Hump Day.
Exactly.
Love that commercial.
All
Fantastic.
right, Justin. We're going to end the show a little early today. I know you got places to go. We got Tasted Nashville to record at the Omni, so we're going to get you out of here a little early today.
Sounds
good.
good.
First, before we do that, I should say, we got to do our celebrity birthday. So let's fire it up here. Rapid fire. You've been on fire, Justin.
I've done all right. I didn't do as good as yesterday, so I got to make up for it today.
All right, Pete Davidson, comedian. A lot of men want to be him. Yeah. A lot of women want to be with him,
which is weird.
But Pete Davidson, he celebrates his birthday today. I'll give you a hint. He's got one good year left.
29.
He's 29.
Yes.
29. And then here's one that kind of threw me for a loop. You remember Mason Ramsey?
Mason Ramsey. Is he
the kid?
Yeah,
the clogger kid?
Yeah.
Yep. In the Walmart.
It's his birthday today?
Birthday today.
Oh man. Okay. That's a good one. Is he 17?
16.
Okay.
16. I've got an itch on my nose that it's just not going away right now. Not great for TV. Denver Nuggets forward center was just recently drafted. Bull.
Bobo. Yeah, I played with him on 2K last night.
Nice.
I'm going to say he's 22.
He is 22.
Wow, look at that.
You're on a roll.
Let's go.
Sister of Jake, Maggie Gyllenhaal, star in The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go with 33.
44.
Oh, wow. She
44.
looks great for her age.
Basketball star Amari Stoudemire.
Is he still playing?
No.
Okay. Let's go. Amari's probably 38.
39.
Yes.
JoJo White. JoJo White, if you don't know, he was have you ever seen Glory Road?
I want to say I have.
Okay, so
it's a sports movie, right?
Yeah, Glory Road is the story of the Texas Western team that defeated Kentucky in the championship game.
Okay.
Starting all African American players, playing only African American players in like the 1950s.
Right.
Like
I
that.
have seen it. Yep.
JoJo White was the guard at Kansas that stepped out of bounds for the shot that would have beat Texas Western in the Final Four.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so he has passed away. He passed away in 2018.
I see.
But he would be how old today if still alive?
I'm going to go 62?
72. 72.
10 off. Man.
Vinny Testaverde.
Oh, you know what's funny about that? Or not funny, but it's cool. My uncle, Jeff Toretta, backed up Vinny Testaverde. Or his brother, Gino Toretta, who won the Heisman.
Okay.
Backed up Testaverde.
Name dropping.
Yeah, I know. We go play polo on the weekends. No. So he is probably, I'm just going to go same age as my uncle's brother, which I guess would be my uncle as well. Is that my uncle as well?
Your uncle's brother? Yeah.
It is? Okay, then.
Second uncle.
Right, and I don't know how old he is. So let's go 58.
58 exactly. All right.
Deductive reasoning, folks.
The pride of Battleground Academy, CJ Beathard, former quarterback. I think he might still be in the National Football League, but quarterback the 49ers, went to Iowa.
Yeah. He was, yeah, okay. 30.
28.
Oh, I got it. Nice.
There you go. OC Umenyiora. I believe he played for the Giants on the defensive line.
I've never heard of him. Let's go. Not that matters, you know. 36.
40. Last one, former Titan, Denoris Cersei, played for the Tennessee Titans in 2015, 16, 17. Today is his birthday. Justin, do you know how old he is?
I do, actually. 35.
He's 33. He's 30. Hey, you did pretty good. You're on a roll this week.
I am, man. Thank you.
All right, let's run through this date in entertainment. We've got some good ones, man. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Here's a hint. This song was released in 2004 by Kelly Clarkson.
Miss Independent.
Since You've Been Gone.
Is it that one?
Since You've Been Gone. This movie, listen, there's many sequels of this movie. Fighting movie released in 1990.
A fighting movie released.
Boxing.
Oh, Rocky?
Rocky 5.
Da da da.
A movie that was released in 2018. I saw it. I would have never picked it up. It's just one you wouldn't see, but my buddy recommended it, and it was fantastic.
In 2018?
2018. I doubt you get this, but
what genre is it?
That's a great question. It's like a feel-good movie. It's about African-American man driving around a white man across the country. It's a good feel-good movie.
Man, I don't know. Let's go. I don't know.
It's
I really don't know.
Green Book.
Oh,
Green Book.
I've never heard of that. I need to look it up.
Yeah, dude. It's one of my buddies. I was so surprised at how good it was. My buddy mentioned it to me. He's like, dude, you need to watch this movie. It's like so good. I'd never heard of it, but it had won like awards at like the Sundance and stuff.
Those always are good.
So like the indie stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I'll give it, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And it was just so good, man.
It's cool, man.
I don't want to oversell it, man, but it was just, it was really good. Cool. This movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, released in 1996, holiday movie.
Holiday movie with Arnold. Is it about the holidays?
It's about the holidays, centered around the holidays, centered around Christmas.
Get to the Yapa. I don't know.
Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way.
I saw the one before that, Jingle just a smidge.
Okay. And last one.
Okay.
I think you'll get this one. Maybe. This movie with Macaulay Culkin, released in 1990.
Home Alone.
Home Alone, the original.
Nice.
The original. All right, Justin, a couple Nashville events today before we get out of here. Open mic night tonight at the Bluebird Cafe, as well as the Commodore Grill. So if you've got vocals, if you think you can sing, head on over to open mic night at the Bluebird Cafe, Commodore Grill. Also, North Nashville Thanksgiving dinner at the Magruder Family Resource Center from 5 o'clock, 7 tonight. So if you're looking for a hot meal, the Magruder Family Resource Center in North Nashville having the community Thanksgiving dinner from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock tonight. So if you're hungry, be sure to go out there. All right, Justin, that will do it for today's Mornings on Main Street. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Thank you to Terry McCormick, Taste of Nashville, and everything in between. I am Zach Womble. He's Justin Kulik. We will see you tomorrow.
See y'all.